So today I want to take you through a quick demonstration of Project Fuze running inside of Visual Studio Team System 2010. So let's assume I work for a small soda manufacturer and we have a website that's been driven off of an Oracle database. And today I see I have a task to update the soda schema. Looks like I need to add a new column for tracking the volume of my soda containers as well as modify the notes column to allow for more characters. So the first thing I want to do is come back over to my Solution Explorer, and you can see here that I've already got my soda website project loaded, and I've already created an Oracle project and imported all of my soda schema into that project. So now all of my Oracle objects are represented as script fragments inside of an Oracle project, which is now part of my solution. And I've gone ahead and added this to source control as well, so now this is all being versioned together with my application. So the first thing I'm going to do is double click on the soda table, and it's going to open up a UI which gives me the ability to add columns and make a few other changes in a graphical format. So I'll right click on a column and I'll click add new column, and the first thing I want to do here is according to my task is to add a volume column, and we'll make this number. Now that we've got this, I want to actually make the other change directly in the code itself. So let's switch over to a code view and take a look at the code behind this. So you can see my volume now has been added, and let's say I wanted to make a change to my name column per my work item, and I'll do this in the code. So let's make this 50. Now I made a change here which broke my code. You can see here that we've got syntax checking already built in, so I'm going to go ahead and fix this. But we also have semantical checking. So if I have something like the soda manufacturer ID column, which is referenced elsewhere in the database, if I had accidentally changed that, as soon as I save this script, you can see in my error list that I've broken my model. I've broken a foreign key relationship that depends on that column being there. So one of the nice things about Visual Studio Team System and the using the model is that I now can make these changes offline without affecting the rest of my database or other people using my database. So let's put this back in, and we'll go ahead and save it. And let's check our errors here. Looks like we fixed our error. So now that we've got our changes complete, let's go ahead and view our pending changes. And let's check this in. Let's just say that we've updated the columns. And let's go ahead and associate this to our work item. Let's say that that's resolved, and we'll check in. Now that my changes are checked in, the first thing I want to do is view the history and make sure that only my changes are going to be sent back to the database. So let's click on View History, and I can see here that I've got a lot of different history. Let's compare change sets 26 and 25. So using Visual Studio's standard comparison, I can see here that I've got the changes that I wanted. I can see that I've made a change to my name column, and I've added my volume column as well. So this is exactly what I was expecting. So let's go ahead and take a look at schema comparison to see what the update script would look like for this. So I can compare an Oracle project to a live schema or vice versa. In this case, we're going to just compare to my schema. And while this is going, let me just reiterate some of the value of Visual Studio Team System with Oracle development. One of the things that I can do now is associate both my Oracle objects and my .NET application together in version control, and I can check them in together as well as check them out together, and now I begin to have all of the value of Visual Studio Team System available for all of my Oracle processes. So now that this is complete, let's take a look at the differences. So I'm going to update my soda schema with an update to the soda table. It looks like I've got my name column and my volume column. And let's take a look at what the schema update script would look like. So you can see here that I'm going to do nothing more than an alter table. And so this is going to end up being an incremental change, which is going to preserve the integrity of my data. So one of the other strengths of the model in Visual Studio Team System is the ability to refactor objects and make broader changes. So as I take a look at my schema view, if I needed to update the name of a table, say the warehouses table, I can right click on that and go to refactor rename, and now I can just give it a new name. So let's say I named it warehouses. This will go through the entire model and will update all of the references to the warehouse table with the new name. So I can see that I'll begin by updating the create table DDL for the table, obviously, as well as I've got a foreign key reference here to the warehouse table that needs to be updated, and an index. So all of these changes can be applied across the schema with a single click. So I can deploy these changes directly, or I can integrate this with my automatic build schedule. I can even go back and do another schema comparison to see what the update script would look like for that as well. And that's it. Thank you for taking some time to take a look at Project Fuze running inside of Visual Studio Team System 2010.